Hello and welcome, Andrew. Welcome back to another edition of McKay Yoga. Today, I thought we would explore pigeon pose. So it's a hip opener. It's a deep stretch, and it's one pose that we do quite often, but we don't often do it well. Back in the day, when I first started teaching yoga, it was considered one of the forbidden poses because people would injure their knees, they would injure their hips, and they would injure their ankles. So let's approach pigeon pose very slowly, very mindfully, and we'll start in a seated position. Again, if you like these sort of videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can go live with me each week. Right? So join me having a seat with the new tea that they have out at Trader Joe's. It's called the Maple Espresso Tea. So I'm really enjoying that. It's fall, y'all. Might get a little bit too much commentary. I apologize, but we will get to pigeon. As I said, pigeon is a hip opener. So we're going to start seated with the soles of our feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. If you have a couple of blocks, great. Maybe even a blanket or a towel. And I'll show you what you can do in terms of propping yourself up in pigeon pose. Many of us hold a lot of tightness in our hips, so it's really good to do hip opening poses, right? So the soles of the feet are together, knees wide. You could have the soles of the feet really close to you. You could have them further away. Another way to do this pose, Baddha Konasana, which is going to help us for pigeon, is to have blocks underneath the outside edges of your knees. Now, if you have open hips, which I think I would have relatively open hips, you could place the block underneath your feet, right? Hopefully you can see that. And then really, if you want to go crazy, this is really hip opening. So I want you to look at the knees, right? And look at the height of the knees as it relates to my hips, right? So you could stay with the block support, let's say like a minute or so. And I'm doing this for like 8 reps, right? And then I'm going to remove the block, right? Bring the soles of the feet together and look how much my knees drop. So it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to approach pigeon, okay? And then draw your knees together, come to an all fours position. And then slowly come back to child's pose. Knees can be touching, they can be wide apart. Separate the hands the width of your shoulders. Not going to be a long video, just a couple of things to show you to approach pigeon. Okay? And then curl your toes. See, that didn't work at all. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees from the mat. Down dog pose. From down dog pose, join your feet together. And then inhale, stretch your right heel back. And lift that hip so that hip is lifting higher. The leg can be straight or the leg can be bent. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, bring your right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back. Lift that hip a little bit higher. That leg can be straight or bent. Level off the hips. And then you're going to arc your leg. Inhale, reach the right leg backwards. And then arc the right leg all the way forward. And then lower your back knee. Here's where it would be great to pad your knee. Maybe with a blanket or a towel. So it's a low lunge. However, I'm making it a little bit more hip opening because I'm angling my right leg a little bit more to the right. Bring your hands to the big toe side of your front foot and then roll to the little toe side of your right foot. Your hands don't have to be on the mat. They could be on blocks, right? Or if you want to go deeper, you can come down to your elbows. So I'm rolling this leg open. The inner part of my right thigh is going towards my inner knee. And so it's kind of like a lifted pigeon, like a turbo pigeon. And I'm trying to get my hips to drop. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, release your right foot down. Curl your back toes under. Step back to down dog. It's going to be a little awkward because the wall is there, but arc your left leg forward. Right? Lower your right knee down. Angle that left leg so that the left knee and the foot is kind of rolling out. Right? Hips drop. Actually, what I'll do is I'll turn around so you can see better. And hopefully I won't knock over that drink. So you're going to arc the left leg forward, lower the right knee down. And then roll to the little toe side of that left foot. Let your hips drop. Try to keep your chest lifted. Again, arms straight, elbows bent, or you could use a block underneath your hands. And then curl your back toes under, step back, down dog. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take a forward fold, pause. Bring your hands to your outer hips. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest. And then just one standing pose, goddess pose. You certainly could do, warrior two pose, side angle, triangle. Those are all great hip openers to prepare you for pigeon. Place your hands on your hips, bend your knees, and turn the legs out and move a little bit from side to side. Sometimes this is referred to as goddess. Sometimes it's referred to as horse. Maybe you can think of it as a ballet position, a sumo squat. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, straighten your legs, parallel your legs. Join your feet together, come to the front edge of your mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, bow, fold forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, step back, down dog pose. Okay, so here we go. Pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So bring your right foot, the top of your right foot, behind your left heel of hand. And then the right knee behind the right heel of hand. And then slide your left leg back. The tricky part is to get your right shin parallel to the ground. You could use a block underneath your sitting bone. You could use a blanket or a towel there, right? Now, if you stay upright, it gives you more of a back bend component. If you fold, more of a forward bend. So you're working towards getting your front shin parallel to the ground. Flex your foot, and then not both sitting bones. This right sitting bone needs to be down. This is the one that tends to lift up, so you gotta get it to come down. Stay here for the inhale. Now listen to this, when you exhale, lean to your right, bring your left leg up and over, and take that left shin in front of the right shin, and you're in Sukhasana. Pause here for a moment. Just observe your hips. Notice if you can create that triangular shape in between the legs. And if that's going well, take your hands underneath your outer left shin and place that left outer ankle above your right knee. So now you're in double pigeon, Agni Skambhasana. If there's a lot of space in between your left knee and the right knee, you can fill that space with a block. So there's always modifications and adaptations for the poses. Stay here, inhale. And then when you exhale, you're going to unwind. I'm just going to turn around so you can see it from the other side, coming back to down dog. Take an inhale here, and then exhale. Bring your left foot forward. So your left foot is going to be behind your right hand, and then the left knee is going to be behind the left heel of hand. Slide your right leg back. Now you're in pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, side two. Say that fast. Right? What? Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. It's a lot. King pigeon. So we're doing the version that's low as opposed to reaching back for the foot. Stay here, inhale. This is more of a back bend. Or exhale, come forward to your forward. And observe the differences on right and left side. You might have an easier side, or you might be lucky enough to be balanced on both sides. Hip openers, hence, I don't know if you can see that, the H on the cup. Yeah, I'm really loving those cups. I don't think they're making them anymore. They're from Williams-Sonoma. But I bought a lot of them, and they weren't my initials. Yeah, they weren't my initials, but I stay here, inhale. Now when you exhale, lean to your left. The wall is there, but I'm going to arc my right leg all the way over. That was fancy. And then I'm going to turn towards you and bring the right shin in front of the left shin. So this is Sukhasana, triangular shape in the legs. Sit up from outsides or sit up tall, lift the sides of your waist. Just trying to blend those two together. Stay here, inhale. And if that's going well, take your hands underneath your right outer shin. And then the left outer ankle will go above the right knee. Again, if there's a lot of space here, you could fill it with a block, a towel, or a blanket. Sometimes if you lift up and readjust, that puts you in the right position. So this pose, double pigeon, Agni Skambhasana, is very hard for me, so I can feel it in my hips already. If you had a little bit of weights, like little baby sandbags, a couple of eye pillows, maybe a 1 pound or 2 pound weight, you could let that rest at the thighs, and that'll help you to open up. Kind of gives it more of like a yin component. But anyway, something to explore, something to think about. And then just observe the difference between the right and left side. Stay here for the inhale. And then exhale, lean backwards and revisit Baddha Konasana. Notice if there's a difference there. Maybe the knees dropped a little bit more. Stay here for the inhale. And then exhale, see if you can cross the opposite shin in front, coming back to your Sukhasana. And there you have it. Pigeon pose. Something that you can have in your yoga toolbox, if you will, when you feel like your hips are a little bit tight, a little bit cranky. Brief video, but hopefully you thought this video was very informative. Thank you for joining me for another edition for Michelle McKay Yoga. If you like this sort of content, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red button, subscribe, and the bell so that you can be notified anytime I'm live on YouTube. Thank you so much, my YouTube family. I'll see you soon, hopefully next week. Have a great day. Ciao for now. Peace out, yogis. Thanks, yogis.